Hi guys, welcome back for the Wave 10 review, and this time will be the Masters Universe Whiplash, the evil tail trashing warrior. Alright, back in the day for Whiplash, alright, I used to have him. He has an action feature which allows you, which is built in the waist, and the tail would ability to trash his, basically the good side of like He-Man and all, and Man-at-Arms, alright? So this is the updated version of Whiplash with articulations. You can see at the top left hand corner the 40th anniversary logo. Alright, and here's Whiplash. This is a new mold, basically a new sculpting. New figure itself, okay, with quite a lot of articulations into it. Alright, and here is Whiplash box art. Since the reptilian brute monstrous tail delivers skull-crushing blows to his enemies. You can see battle armor battle He-Man at the back carrying an axe, and this is Whiplash versus Fisto in the background. And here is Whiplash with his holding his spear in hand, and at the bottom asked to twist into battle, powerful battle positions. Right, and here's a cross cell. Alright, okay, and I'll actually get out the box here and we can take a closer look at him. Guys, and here is Whiplash, how he's packaged in the packaging. Alright. So you do see that he has his tail disassembled and his spear right behind him. Alright, and here is Whiplash out of the box. Alright, before we do review him, alright, let's see what he comes with in the packaging besides his tail and spear. Alright, Whiplash comes with the removable parts. Please remember it. You need it when you want to swap parts. That's one of the beauty for Origins. You can swap parts and basically create another new figure. Alright, and it comes with also the Mind Over Matter comic. Right here, here's a brief look at it. Alright, and here's a cross cell at the back. Right, let's jump back into Whiplash. Alright, here you have Whiplash here, and it comes with a tail, this rubbery tail. Right, this tail has been redesigned. Back in the day, or back in the original release, this was basically a soft plastic. Basically it's a hollow tail. It doesn't have any substance to it. Just it's basically attached to the back of Whiplash right here, all the way with a soft rubbery tail, which you can move around. Right, but now you have you can actually put this in, and you can articulate it to left and right. Right, one thing, if you do let him, there's a opening at the back of his tail. If he holds it, it would seem like a weapon that he could use. Let me try and see whether he could hold it. Yes, he could hold it this way. So, but it's not the intended use for it. So for his tail, just pack it in here at the back, and now you have his tail attached. Alright, before we go back to his tail, let's look at him as a figure. Alright, this is basically a good redesign of his head. His head is more detailed and more colorful than previously, and you can rotate his head. Not actually rotate his head. You can rotate his head, but it's sometimes hindered by this shoulder piece right here. However, if you look at his sculpting of the head, it's quite nicely done. He looks a bit more menacing, and the amount of sheer paint that they have done is quite nice, and there's no mispaint or paint blemishes on his head or the back. Alright, and for his chest piece, basically he doesn't have the armor. This is basically his shell of a reptilian, and the body has been reused from Bazov's mold or figure. Alright, you do see the details of his reptilian scales right here. Okay, and for his belt is orange, and the loincloth is basically blue. Alright, and his boots are just a direct blue paint on it. Alright, let's go back to his tail. His tail is articulated. You can move still left and right. Alright, just look at his tail's design. So it's kind of this part. If I recall correctly, this part is tighter than before, because in the past you can bend this part up because this was made of soft plastic, but this is a hard plastic right now at the main part of the tail, and you can see his details, and you can bend his tail a bit. However, you can't hold it. You can trash his enemies with it, but you can't hold anything on it. Alright, for his articulation on his arm, you can rotate his arm the whole 360. This also bend at the elbow. His wrists rotate, and his hands can go left and right. Alright, he also has a waist articulation right here, somewhat hindered by the legs scales on him, but you can he just has articulation on it, but you just need some doing to make sure you rotate it. And as for the leg, it just go back and forth. It also just bend at the knee, and the upper part of the boot you can rotate, and you have a knee articulation up and down. Sorry, foot articulation up and down. Alright, and if you look at his hands, it's just purely green. Alright, so it's exactly like Bazov's. I'll show you in the comparison later. Alright, so this is Bazov. Okay, this is a nice figure. If you do not have it in the first original release, you should get him. Alright, let's review his weapon. His weapon is a basically the same weapon as King Brandon. This one is a spear that was soft bendable plastic. Alright, so for him to hold his weapon, he has one clenched hand and one open hand. So just let him put his weapon here. There's no place where you can holster the weapon at the back. It's not part of the design. For his tail, Whiplash's tail, it serves as a stabilizing basic device, or to stabilize the figure, because Origins figures are known not to stand properly if you don't position them correctly. Alright, so yep. Okay, let's carry on with the figure-to-figure size comparison. Nice, and here is a comparison with Bazov. Alright, you do see the similarities of the mold, from the feet to the legs and also the chest piece. Okay, let me move this up a bit. Right, so this is the differences between the molds. Here's a closer look at them. The legs are quite similar. The legs as well, and also the chest piece. Alright, another figure I would like to compare him with would be with King Randor. Okay, he's about to flop down again if you don't position him nicely. Okay, and here's a comparison with the weapons. They do look very similar, just the color differences. Yep, here's a better look at the weapon for Whiplash and King Randor, side by side. Alright, so yep, this has been a review of the Motu Origins Wave 10 Whiplash. If you do like the review, please click on the subscribe button below, and I'll bring you more reviews in the future. This is Cobalt 2008 signing out.